Greetings. My name is Tamara Cease, a candidate for the Master's in Curriculum and Instruction program with McDaniel College, and this is my presentation on grappling. A few weeks ago, I had a goal. I needed to hook up a Bluetooth keyboard to an iPad. I sat on my couch, catching up on my shows from the previous week in complete frustration because me, Miss Tech Guru of my school, recent learning technology specialist, and regional coordinator of blended learning, could not connect one device to another. I grew so frustrated with the matter, I decided to finish my glass of wine, go to sleep, and have at it again tomorrow morning. Well, morning finally arrived, and still no luck. Being able to connect the two devices was pivotal for our building's testing procedures that week. Yet as I sat at my desk, I grew more frustrated and dumbfounded than the previous evening. Moments later, a student came through my doors, seeking attention on a separate matter. Seeing my desperation, he offered to help me in my time of need. I quickly dismissed his efforts, certain that this little teenager knew nothing new about technology that I didn't know, and furthermore, lacked the skill and ability to fix my immediate need. He insisted, and finally, after my umpteenth, no, that's okay, I'll figure it out, he snatched both devices out of my hand and immediately solved my problem. Embarrassed and frustrated and clueless, I was utterly shocked, and I questioned how he knew what to do. He simply said, "My father is an executive for Apple and his team works closely with iPads. You have to manipulate the older generations of iPads more than the current ones. Download this and you'll be good to go. Have a great day." This young man left me with my jaw and pride leveled to the ground. I had written off this student because I, this technology sensei of our school, was humbled by a child in an area that I believed I was exceptional in executing. Needless to say, I was embarrassed. I felt my seniority outweighed his experience, and clearly it didn't, causing unnecessary shame on a child who was only trying to help. In Toni Morrison's The Bluest Eye, the author's parental characters illustrate a common understanding between children and adults. Children should be seen and not heard. Opinion is based on experience. So, in essence, since children are too young to experience anything, their opinions and knowledge is invalid. Ornstein's text counteracts this idea, not only proving the astounding contributions children provide, but more importantly, questions the operating purposes of school. What message are our students receiving as they enter their respective classrooms day in and day out? Is school a place that highlights all the things students don't know rather than cultivating what they do know as they learn new skills? Do students feel empowered and capable to tackle new adventures in and outside the classroom? Do we allow our students to fall? Meaning, do we provide them the opportunity to learn from their mistakes in an effort to support the attempt rather than settle for failure? Chapter 12 of Ornstein's Contemporary Issues in Curriculum Text, the topic of grappling speaks to advocacy educators have toward their students, but more importantly, children being aware of this advocacy. Grappling illustrates the belief in our students that they can do it, whatever the it is. Though difficult and uncomfortable, when our students commit to an idea, we must instill a level of confidence in our students that support their ambitions and desire to succeed. Secondly, grappling allows students to untangle their webs their way and not ours. Sometimes, as educators, we fail to provide students an opportunity to search for answers, even if they fall in the process. By allowing students to search for their own clear path of understanding, we develop and support their critical thinking, critical inquiry, and reflection skills as they develop into 21st century learners. Finally, grappling allows students to engage and interact with others in order to identify and cultivate answers on their own, on their terms. This gives room for students to learn from each other without the input, assumptions, or influence of their teacher. Using grappling in blended learning is indescribably important in this type of learning environment. Blended learning caters to the individual needs and academic growth of our students. Students are able to move at their own pace through a respective course and access resources and material that support their own learning. Grappling supports a student's prior knowledge and how they use that prior knowledge to master new material. Through their individual experiences, they are able to progress and advance through their online material and use their own methods to decipher through tangled situations. Being able to demonstrate their critical thinking and problem solving skills is incredibly essentially important in not only blended learning environments, but also the use of grappling in those environments. I love a picture that speaks volumes, and this is one of them. The second fellow didn't know how close he was to the treasure, and because he gave up, he walked away never knowing he was moments away from his reward. The first fellow's persistence kept him moving toward his goal and encouraged his progression toward what he wanted. It is imperative that no matter the trial or error, we remain diligent with our students, encouraging their efforts every step of the way to ensure they ultimately gain all they seek.